All right, guys, I'm going to show you how to make these crab, spinach, and artichoke stuffed lobster tails. Super easy. You've already seen how to prep these, but these are the 4 lobster tails that I'm using. So for the filling, I've got 3 pretty nice sized scallions and a couple cloves of garlic. It's equal about a tablespoon. You do not have to cut this by hand. I just love chopping stuff, so use a mincer or your food processor, whatever you want to do. But you want to get the herbs, nice and fine so you're not chewing on big chunks. I'm only going to use half of a can of these quartered artichoke hearts. I just drained the liquid off. I'm putting them in my mini chopper and I'm going to give them a really quick pulse. That's the spinach that I'm using. By the way, I used frozen spinach. I used half of a bag, a 10-ounce bag. Drained it very well, squeezed all the water out. So now I'm adding it to the artichokes, giving that a pulse so that it's not huge chunks, scraping that out, and I'm adding the garlic, the green onion, and the flat leaf Italian parsley. You want to zest a whole lemon, and you're going to use the juice of half of that lemon. We've got 1/4 of a cup of softened cream cheese, some Creole seasoning. I didn't measure this. It's probably like, I don't know, a pinch. Some Old Bay seasoning. I know I put at least a teaspoon in there total. But you're just, gonna use whatever you want to use. Some lemon pepper. Now I've got a block of Monterey Jack cheese. It's 8 ounces. You want to go in half and then, cut that in half so you have 2 ounces. Shred that in. I'm using this pecorino Parmesan mix, some salt, pepper, crushed red pepper flakes, and an egg yolk. And I'm going to mix that together with my hands. Now, I will add some mayo to this, but let me show you what I did with this mixture. Okay, so this is quite a bit of mixture. I really don't need all of this for the stuffing. So I'm going to divide it and save this part, and honestly I'm gonna just make a dip out of this half. But yeah, if you come across the same issue, just save half of your mixture. This is about a cup, maybe slightly more than a cup. Actually, let's measure it. Yeah, because I only have 4 lobster tails prepped. I have 2 more in the freezer. This is a cup. 2 more in the freezer, so I can just honestly save this for more lobster tails tomorrow or something like that. Or, like I was saying, if you want to add a little bit more cream cheese, maybe a little bit more mayo, you can make a little cute dip out of this situation. Because here's the thing, once we add, once we add the crab to this mixture, it's gonna double in volume and, Jesus. Yeah, so I'm gonna add the crab right now, and I'm gonna just flick it in here. Let me get a clean utensil. Trying not to. This is a jumbo lump. That's just too expensive for this. But this is just fine, trust me. You can even use claw meat, which is even more affordable. I'm only gonna use half this container. Before I mix it, I'm just going to go through a little bit and make sure there's no big shells in here. Sometimes there are, so be careful. Okay, back to the voiceover. Okay, so now we're picking out the shells. There's always little tiny shells in your crab meat, so make sure that you pick those out. You don't want to bite into that. It's not pleasant. So now I'm adding about 2 tablespoons worth of mayo just to really help bring it together. This is the consistency that I want, nice and pasty so that it can hold together. You don't want it too wet or too soupy. Season your lobster tails, and I'm going to add them to this gratin dish. This is the only thing that I had that could fit all 4. So just use whatever you have. A little olive oil at the bottom and just mound a nice handful. See how I'm kind of shaping it with my hand? And you just press that into the open lobster tail. Just mound it, press it in, and make sure it's all nice and taut. So we're gonna make some garlic butter, just a really quick basic garlic butter. I've got a stick of unsalted butter, about a tablespoon of garlic paste, dried tarragon and parsley, a couple cranks of sea salt, black pepper, and until that melts and the garlic kind of cooks through, it's done. It takes like a minute or two. So it's nice and foamy. I'm gonna brush this onto the crab meat mixture. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Look at that. Yeah, just paint it on, pour it on, spoon it on, whatever the hell you got. Just get gratuitous with it. You're gonna use about half of this butter mixture because when they are done baking, you're gonna repaint them with that butter. My situation took exactly 20 minutes. And these are 4-ounce lobster tails. So that's about, 20 minutes at 425. So I'm just brushing on the rest of the butter. And that's it. I made a very quick cheesy cauliflower situation. I've done this a bunch of times, so I'm not sure if you really need me to talk you through this, but same exact principle that I've used in other recipes. Dry out the cauliflower. Once it's dry, add the heavy cream. This is a pound of cauliflower rice and 1 1/4 cup of heavy cream. Season it up how you want. Add the cheese, turn it off. And this is how we eat this. I roasted some broccoli in the air fryer. You're just gonna remove the crab meat and the lobster from the shell because it just makes it easier to eat. Hit it with some fresh lemon and get your life. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh my freaking Lord. Bet you be cooking. That is fan freaking tastic. God.